I am tired of hearing the same regurgitated tips over and over and over about email marketing, about how you get your first 100 or 1,000 subscribers. How about you? I want to make sure you're getting the freshest information available, which is why I'm going to share some new and unusual things for email marketing for you today, especially if you're a course creator looking to make more sales. Because it's not going to be just as easy as saying, clean your email list or ask people to subscribe. You've heard that. So I want to go a little bit deeper and give you some more things that you can focus on. Before we jump in, let me know if you are also tired of hearing these same tips regurgitated all the time. Hit the like button and let me know. Hi, I'm Monica Snyder, and I am thrilled you're here. I am all about helping you create more passive income stacks using email marketing, supercharged systems, and digital courses. The first thing I want to talk about is making a lead magnet that has people opting in and buying your product. I see this mistake all the time. People want to create these lead magnets that are like 800-page ebooks, and let me just share with you, no one wants to read that, okay? We are all super duper busy, and we need to be able to get in, get out, and do something quickly and get a quick win with your opt-in. Something like a tool or a template, something that gives your reader a quick win. And now here's the secret to this. When you help them with that, they are going to be ready to buy. So do not be afraid to make the sale right there in your lead magnet. I don't know why people don't do this more. I do it all the time and it works so well because as soon as you've helped them solve one problem, there's gonna be another problem that they need solving. And if you're right there with the solution, guess what? They're gonna buy. To create a lead magnet like this, take the product that you wanna sell and find the biggest problem that your ideal customer thinks that they have. Now, I just wanna expand on that a little bit because a lot of people, they have these different problems because you are no longer your market, right? And so think about what they think their problem is and create something that will help them solve it in about 30 minutes, okay? And then you're going to present them the next thing that you want to sell them. And about 2% of people will take you up on that. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you don't offer, you can't help those 2%. And then those 2% can turn into more and more, the more that you sell to them. Another tip I have for you is to create a lead magnet that people would actually pay money for. For example, this one here is my Canva templates lead magnet. And it's a little meta because it's a lead magnet about a lead magnet template, but it works so well to set people up to buy my email marketing things because guess what? The first thing you have to do in email marketing is get somebody on your list. Now, if you want to know more about this, I have a whole video on this. I'll link it up here and you can go deeper into this subject about making lead magnets that sell. The second tip I have for you is to grow your email list using your social profiles. Now, before you think, oh, I've heard that before, there's a very specific way I want to show you to do this. It's got 3 parts. First, set up your profile so that it's crystal clear who you can help, and also include a link to your lead magnet or even a low ticket offer. Second tip is to make sure that you find where your people are hanging out. And then the third tip is to go be helpful to them and they will come look at your profile and click through and sign up and buy. The key to making this work is to know where your people are hanging out. And one of my favorite places to do this strategy is Facebook groups. And the reason is because people there are talking in threads. And also when you become really well known in a Facebook group, people will start to tag you for answers to the questions that other people ask. I get tagged all the time in Facebook groups about email marketing because people know that I have answers for that. So when you get into a group and you start contributing and being helpful and all those good things, then people will start tagging you. And then the people who see that will go over to your profile to check it out and they'll see your opt-in link. They will come and they will get on your email list and then you can sell your courses to them. I like to do this for 30 to 60 minutes a day. So it doesn't have to take all day. And usually it's like while I'm waiting to do something else, like picking my kids up from school or something like that. Try it and see how it works for you. The next one is to use $5 to $10 a day as leverage to grow your email list using paid ads. Look, I know we are all about organic, but hear me out because your time is worth way more than $5 to $10 an hour, right? So if you spent an hour doing that last strategy that I told you, then people get on your list, but you could also be getting them on your list all day, every day if you built a system that did it for you using paid ads plus a lead magnet funnel, which is just the landing page, the lead magnet that we've already talked about, and a simple thank you page. To make this work, the key is to make a lead magnet that is visually compelling and makes people want to opt in. They shouldn't have to think about what your lead magnet is. They should instantly want it. Like this flirt alert that I made for my client. It got her subscribers at 74 cents per subscriber. And remember these templates from the first thing? They brought me subscribers in for 58 cents a person. That is huge when you're trying to grow your list. And it's super exciting because when you get to follow up with an email sequence that converts them to buyers, you usually make most of your money back, not all of it. And it definitely depends on how good you are at them, but you can definitely put in email sequences that help get your money back within 7 to 12 days. Pretty cool, right? Now, I don't want you to go thinking, by the way, the first time that you do this, you're going to get results like this. I am a seasoned pro, and I have helped my clients do this, but I have years of expertise. Give yourself the grace and the time to figure it out, because once you do have it up and running, it is magical. And I don't know why more people aren't talking about this in these things. They're all about organic, but listen, I'm about systems that work while you are not. What do you think? Would you rather grow organically, like in tip number 2, or would you rather use a system like tip number 3? Let me know in the comments. Now, the fourth thing is after somebody gets on your email list, I want you to send them what is called a trifecta email. The first thing that you're going to do is send them that thank you email and here's your gift, right? They opted in for something. You are definitely going to deliver that. But then what I want you to do is 30 to 60 to 90 minutes later, I personally do 58 minutes, I'm not sure why, but 58 minutes later, you're gonna send another message that says, hey, did you get my last email? I wanna make sure I sent it to the right spot. And if you would, please let me know what your biggest problem is with whatever topic that you sent them a lead magnet on. So for me, example, it would be email marketing. And I have to tell you that the responses that you get from this are pure gold. They will tell you things that you can use in your emails, in your social media, like problems that they have. You will know what content to create because of this email. And it's got a little added tip that it will improve your deliverability of your emails across the board because it will tell the email service providers of the world that a real person is behind this because somebody replied and you started a conversation. It is so good for so many reasons. Now, the biggest objection I get to this is normally like, oh, Monica, are you sure? Because people will not like getting emailed that soon again. But here's the truth. I've found that people love it because no one else does this and they think it's really cool that you follow up with them. And a lot of people don't even necessarily realize that it's an automated email and they think that you're taking the time out to like reach out personally so they respond to you. And it's super fun and it's super great to create conversations. And I know you might be thinking that is not super scalable, but if you have a team member, you can have them respond. It doesn't really matter. Just have a back and forth with somebody and your sales will skyrocket because that person will know, like, and trust you that much more. My fifth thing is to send a monetized newsletter. Here's the deal. Being consistent in your readers' inboxes is so important to build trust over time so that they know that you're going to keep showing up and helping them solve their problems. I've had so many clients, and I've experienced this myself, of somebody buying things 2-3 years after they've been on my email list. But to keep in their inbox, it's a little tedious if you don't have stuff to sell all the time, or you're like, what do I send? And I'm not really making money from this directly, so do I keep doing it? Well, the way to solve that problem is with a monetized newsletter. What do I mean by that? I mean that it's monetized, that you're selling your products and services or affiliate products and services in the email itself, but it's not behind a paywall. Somebody's not paying you $5 a month to get your newsletter. That's what I mean by a monetized newsletter versus a paid newsletter, which is where somebody would pay you for the content of your newsletter. And that's a whole different beast. I'm not going to get into that here, but I want you to focus on sending a monetized newsletter so that you are motivated to stay in their inbox because every time you mail, you're gonna make money. I do this every week. I have a newsletter and I'll link it below. It's called the 2x2 Thingamabob Tuesday. And it is just 4 things, 2x2, right? Do some math, that I think that my readers will love. And it covers a ton of stuff in digital marketing, mindset, book recommendations, like all this fun stuff. And people absolutely love it. And it gives me a reason to get into their inbox every week. For you to get started doing this, all you need to do is decide on a structure. And before you think, nobody will want to read that. Yes, they do. Huge businesses are built on this model. The Skim, The Hustle, Morning Brew, these guys are all monetized newsletters. And you could do that too on a smaller scale. Just pick something to talk about, put a structure around it, and start sending. Tip number 6 is something that, again, I don't hear people talking about, and I'm not sure why. If you've got one product to sell over and over again, you need to become a master of hooks and angles and stories. You're gonna have to learn how to talk about your same product over and over and over again in different ways that draw different people in. Luckily, that's pretty easy to do if you have a digital course, but most people don't realize it. So here's what I want you to do. Grab a piece of paper and go through each part of your course and act as if you had to sell that piece on its own. Think of the different hooks and angles and things that might help people and the benefits that they would get if they just did that one part of your course. For example, if you had a 6-part course on how to do a handstand, and yes, those courses do exist, then you could go through each part, and maybe the first part of your course talks about the proper hand position and what you've got to do to prepare to be able to do a handstand. So a hook or angle for you might be how to position your hands the right way so you can do a handstand, right? Maybe your second module is all about core strength. So you talk about the 6 core strength exercises that make your handstands easier and that you can hold them longer. I'm not going to go on because I think you can get the point, but go through each module of your course and think, hey, if somebody were to just buy this by itself, how could I sell it? And then what you do is transition to your entire course by saying something like, hey, this is in module 2 of the course, but I have a whole 6-part course that will get you standing on your hands for 30 seconds or longer in 6 weeks. The secret to making this work is to give your readers those aha moments or shift their thinking a little bit, right? Just give them a little turn in the way that they think, and they're going to be more likely to want to see what else you have that will help them think differently, and then they'll buy your digital course. Doing this consistently through your emails and your social media will have you selling more, I promise. And we've arrived at our last thing, which is to send a post-sale sequence, not after they sign up for your list, but after they actually buy your product, that helps turn them into raving fans and gets you referrals and testimonials. I recommend 5 emails. The first email should welcome them into your course and set some expectations for them. Let them know about how long their first module will take and how long they should set aside to learn it and how long they should set aside to do the work. Those are 2 different time blocks, and I have found that if I tell people this for my courses, they love it because they can set expectations. And when you're able to set expectations, you're managing the relationship, which helps build that know, like, and trust so that they buy more and more from you. The second email you want to send is to help them get unstuck. Now, what do I mean by this? So anytime somebody signs up for your digital course, there's going to be some sticking points. And this email will tell them like, hey, most people get stuck here, and I suggest you do this to get through that stuck point. The third email is a check-in. You want to say, hey, how's it going? And I want you to add in this. I know this is an automatic email, but reply to me. I read every reply and would love to know. You're going to get replies back to this, and then if they're stuck somewhere, you can help them. And if they are not stuck, you get to ask for a testimonial. So you can say, hey, that's so great. Can I use your story to inspire others? Now, those are the magical words. Use your story to inspire others. It's the best way to get testimonials or get somebody to say yes to a testimonial. And I just think that that is such a fun thing to do, especially for you, because sometimes in this entrepreneur journey, you're going to feel a little sad, and those testimonials will always pick you back up. The fourth email is a reminder to keep going. By this point, the new shiny has worn off of your course, and they have definitely sort of probably left it behind because, people don't really like to do the work that goes along with the course. So here I want you to encourage them. And those testimonials you just got, I want you to put them in there so that they can see that other people are succeeding and that they can have the results too if they just keep going. You really want to encourage people to make it all the way through your course because that's how they're going to get the best results. And the fifth email is to congratulate them. They've done all this work, and even if they haven't completed your course, they have still done a lot and taken a lot of steps. So congratulate them, celebrate that with them, and be excited about it. In this email, I have a ton of emojis because I just really want people to feel the energy that I am truly excited for them. This is also the email where you can ask for them to become an affiliate or to refer you. So this is really great to get more people into your program through word of mouth. Putting these emails into place will help you get more sales because people will want to help you if you help them. That's just human nature. All right, that was a lot. Thanks for sticking with me through it. And if you liked it, please click subscribe because I'm going to be bringing you a lot more videos on how to make more course sales, how to start a business with online courses, create those passive income stacks, and all the fun stuff along the way. And of course, you can start with these suggested videos so that you can keep going on this learning path right now.